Thank you so much for your exhibition. I wanted to know why you fell in love with Russia. I'm very interested in this because I live there, so.
I am totally smitten. First of all, I think that my relationship is because I hang out with artists. So that phrase takes care of all the rest that everybody's imagining. Yes, an artist, of course. Uh, my husband is an opera composer, so his opera is being performed in Russia a lot. And so imagine hanging out with musicians and opera guys and plus people from the Hermitage is like a dream, really. And I go in February, very cold. Yes. And I have been able to visit collections that are like beyond belief. Because little by little, you kind of arrive to a certain place and you express your interest, and suddenly somebody says, yes, but I know the archive that is normally closed, but let me see if we can open it. And there I am looking at a real letter of Genghis Khan, for example. So yes, it is quite amazing. Yes. Will tell me later where you live.
Can you talk a little bit about your collaboration with photographer? Is it always the same photographer, or do you need to find a photographer when you travel to different locations?
Very interesting question. Yes, I have been collaborating for a long period with one photographer, but I have been able to do even one or two shots with a complete stranger photographer. With the one, of course, we have been talking beforehand, and it has almost always have been a wonderful pleasure. Yes, except for one occasion, I have never had any problems at all in terms of understanding the whole situation. Normally, the session of photos is we start the week before. The week before we sit down, we talk, we know what's going on. My assistants know what they are going to paint, etc. And I have a person for the lights, another person to iron, if we have to iron, another person to be in case anything happens, like somebody rings the bell. And I am a little bit of a control freak in that aspect. And we start 7 a.m. and we shoot 3 p.m. because the process of painting is very long. So in order to arrive to that point, I have already had a lot of conversations and stuff with the photographer. So normally it's a wonderful experience. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Hi, sorry, I was a few minutes late, so I apologize if you already answered this question in the beginning. But I was wondering how long you've been doing this, and if this has always been your only job, or if you've had other ways if this has been like the main way you've supported yourself over the years, or if this has like been what you've done your entire life.
Well, as an artist, always, all my life. The series of photos I started in 2001. Anybody who does this doesn't do it for the money, right? So you have to just jump the hurdles, and everybody who is in the same métier knows that 1 month you are like, oh my God, I cannot believe that another commission is coming, and 3 months you are like, what am I going to do? It's always the same case. But I don't know what I would do with myself without doing this. I'm just totally blind in love with what I do. Yeah.
influence of Orientalism in art, in the world, and also um, all this. It's inevitable to think about fashion with all these fabrics and all these flowers and these patterns and these creases, and that makes me think of Kurosawa, the dreams, all these garments, traditional garments. So if there is any influence,
Absolutely, yes, yes.
maybe as you were younger,
Yes.
you were watching a particular type of images, or
Well, two things. First of all, the textile itself is so sensual to me, so absolutely essential, like the second skin almost. I always go, wherever I go, the first thing to a textile museum, to a museum of embroidery, to see how they made the silk, how I am a museum goer, like very intense amount. So I really, really do believe in textile, in embroidery, in colors, how they define places, and how important it is. Let me tell you a horror story, but true. When they opened the anonymous graves of the killings in Peru, the only way they knew who was there was because of the textiles. They recognized this little piece of weaving is from the north, it must be the son of, it's absolutely essential. Film, definitely, no? But I think that I gravitate more from towards the story of the textile. But and you have mentioned, of course, Kurosawa, who is
it makes
a
me
god.
think inevitable. Yes, especially dreams. That is this all about
Exactly.
this, because these all are kind of dreams. These
Yes.
images are little thoughts.
Yes. Fortunately, I recycle. Unfortunately, because in Lima I have a huge studio, but the bugs are my enemy, so I have to recycle. Here I have no place to put them, so I have to recycle. But it breaks my heart, but I have to. Yes, and I reuse a lot. I reuse a lot of things. I paste and glue and change and paint and but yeah.
So in a way, you have an immediate application of the things that you find because you can't hang on to them for longer. You must create a piece based on what you're finding.
Yes, and then of course sometimes I have guardian angels that put up with my things. Like right now in Navarra, I have done some boats that are the size of this hall. And thank God the university have decided to stay with them, otherwise I would be destroying them practically. Now that goes to answer the question at the back of how do you do it and why do you do it, no? I'm sorry, I keep on banging you. Sometimes the treasures are words, like one piece that I have recently done about wishes that I found in a church in Center Lima. I went into the church and I saw that under the images of all the saints there was this acrylic transparent box with a lot of little papers that were the wishes that people right there immediately out of seeing them, they go like, oh, I'm going to put my wish on. So they pick up a little piece of paper that can be the bus ticket or whatever, and they write, please God, give me a dog or whatever. And I asked the guy in the church, what are you going to do when this is totally filled? And he was like, we throw them. When? So, next piece. So sometimes these words. The thing is to go on with your button on, and like I do say I go hunting, no? Because I go looking at things that sometimes, it just inspires me, no? But well, that's the essence. So,
Thank you.
pleasure.